chapter 9. Chapter name is dictionaries. Okay, this is second part I'm taking. First part, what are all the concepts we have seen? That means creating and accessing a dictionary, then accessing elements from a dictionary, then traversing a dictionary. So these are all the concepts we have seen in first part. In second part, what are all the concepts we are going to see? That is agenda of this video classes, characteristics of a dictionary, then multiple ways of creating dictionary. You know what does mean by dictionary? Here the dictionary is an immutable type. Dictionary is a mutable type. What does mean by mutable? That means we can change the value of the key in place. We can change the value of the key in place. So in first part I explained what is the difference between a dictionary and string, a list, tuple. Okay, in string, a list, tuple, we can access the elements with the help of the index. But in dictionary, how we can access the value with the help of the key? How we can access the dictionary elements with the help of the keys? Okay, let us see. The first topic is characteristics of a dictionary. So what all the characteristics are in dictionary? The first one is unordered set. What does mean by unordered set? That means there is no order. As a dictionary is an unordered set of elements. Here just we are mentioning the key value pairs. Okay, there is no any order. Okay, here the value may contain any type of object. Value may contain any type of object. It may be a string or it may be a list or tuple. Did you understand? The next one is not a sequence. Let us see. First I will explain. It's a dictionary example with the help of the Python. See here. Here the dictionary name is D. How we can mention the dictionary elements within that means key value pairs are enclosed within a curly brackets. Within curly brackets. For example, ENO is equal to, sorry student, ENO, then 101, then ENAME, then here Shruti. Okay, see here ENO is a key, then 101 is a value, ENAME is a key, then Shruti is a value. So between the key and value we are using colon. Here between the key value pairs we are using comma. That means key value pairs are separated by using comma. Did you understand? Now if we want to get the dictionary elements D, see here we are getting. Did you understand? Okay. The next one is not a sequence. The next characteristics of a dictionary is not a sequence. Yes, dictionary is not a sequence. In a string, a list, a tuple, here elements are stored in a sequence manner. That means these sequences are indexed by range of ordinal numbers. What does mean by ordinal number? Here the number of ordinal number is a number defining the position. Defining the position of the number. Okay. Here but in dictionary the elements are that means the key value pairs are unordered manner. Okay, the elements are in a dictionary is unordered collection. Okay, did you understand? So the dictionary is not a sequence but string, a list, tuple, these are sequence. We can access the string elements or list elements or tuple elements with the help of the index. But here how we can access the dictionary elements with the help of the key. Okay, the next one is indexed by keys, not numbers. Okay, here dictionary elements are indexed by keys, not numbers. Okay, I will explain how. See here, So D is equal to what I have mentioned. D, the dictionary name ENO 101, E name Shruti. Okay. If we want to if we want to get the value of 101, how we can get the value of 101? With the help of the key only we can access the dictionary elements. Let us see. See here a D of ENO. So what we are getting? 101. So here the key, with the help of the keys only we are getting the values. We are getting the dictionary values. So indexed by keys, not numbers. Did you understand? Okay. The next one is keys must be unique. What does mean by unique? That means it should be different. For example, consider your register number, exam number. Two students, that means each and every students are having a unique register number. Okay. Suppose if two students are having same register number, that means the error will come. Like that, here dictionary keys must be unique. Dictionary keys must be unique. Example, I will explain with the help of the Python. For example, EMP is equal to. So that is EMP is a dictionary name. Here I am using ENO 101, comma E name Ram. Here one more time I am going to use that E name. So Sita. So what will happen? See here what I said, the key should be unique. Key must be unique. But here E name 2 times. That means I used a key as 2 times in the dictionary. So what will happen? It provides some error. That means invalid syntax. So here the key must be unique. But 2 keys are having same value. 2 keys can have same value, but key must be unique, like your register number. Did you understand, student? Okay. The next one is mutable. What does mean by mutable? That means we can change the value of the key in place. We can change the value of the key in place. Okay. I will explain. See, consider the value of the dictionary D. So it contains how many key value pairs? 2 key value pairs, ENO and E name. So ENO I have given 101, I used, then E name Shruti. Okay. If I want to change the name of the E name, if I want to change the name of the E name, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Why? Because a dictionary is a mutable type. We can change the value of the key in place. We can change the value of the key in place. See here, E name. With the help of the assignment operator, we can change. Shruti is changed as Suparna. Okay. Then now let us check. We can change the elements, that means value of the key E name. Now the value of the key E name is changed as Suparna. So first the E name contains, that means the key E name contains the value Shruti. Now I changed the value of the key, that means Suparna. Did you understand? So dictionary is a mutable type. That means we can change the value of the certain key in place. Okay. The next one is internally stored as mappings. Okay. I will explain with the help of the diagram. Okay. See here, internally stored as mapping. Here the keys are associated with value. That means here a key value pairs are associated with one another with some internal function. These internal function is known as hash function, and also this technique is called as mapping. This technique is called as mapping. See here, a key 1 is associated with the value 1. The key 2 is associated with the value 2. Then key 3 is associated with the value 3. That is called internally stored as mappings. Did you understand, student? Okay. The next one is multiple ways of creating dictionary. How we can create the dictionary in multiple ways. Okay, we can create the dictionary in multiple ways. Let us see one by one. Our first one is initializing a dictionary. How we can initialize the dictionary? Now only I explained. That means G is equal to ENO 101, E name Shruti. Like that I explained. No, that is normal way. That example is given. EMP is equal to ENO 101, E name Shruti. This is initializing a dictionary. Okay. The next one is adding key value pairs to an empty dictionary. Adding key value pairs to an empty dictionary. So we can create the empty dictionary two ways. We can create the empty dictionary two ways. The first one is example only I have given. By giving an value to the empty dictionary, that means we can give the key value pairs to this empty dictionary one at a time. We can give the key value pairs one at a time. Example, EMP is equal to, just I have used the open and close curly brackets. This is example for empty dictionary. So how we can enter the key value pairs to this empty dictionary. Let us see. First, student is equal to, just I have created empty dictionary. See here, a student. It does not contain any elements. Okay. How we can give the value to this empty dictionary? Let us see. A student of, first student number is equal to 1001. Okay. The next student name is equal to Beam. Okay. The next student of English mark. Okay. English mark is equal to 989. Okay. Let us check what are all the key value pairs we have added to this dictionary. See here, student number, then student name, then English mark. So here we have to create the key value pair to the empty dictionary one at a time. One at a time. So how many key value pairs are contained this dictionary, student? 3 key value pairs. The first one is student number, SNO 1001. Then second one student name, Beam. Then third one English mark 89. Did you understand? Okay. The second way is using constructor. That means using dict-of constructor. Here dict-of is the constructor function. We can create the dictionary using a dict-of function. Let us see how we can create the key value pairs using the dict-of function. Dict-of constructor function. See, the first one is creating a dictionary from name and value pairs. Creating a dictionary from name and value pairs. Here, by using a dict-of constructor function, we can create the dictionary from name and value pairs. Let us see one by one. First one is specify key value pairs as keyword arguments to dict-of function. Here, don't forget student, the dict-of is a constructor function. Okay. We use this constructor function in dictionary concept. First one is specify key value pairs as keyword keyword arguments to dict of function. I will explain with the help of the Python language. First, stud is equal to dict of, stud is equal to dict of, here S and O is equal to 1001, comma, S name is equal to Roj, then ENG mark is equal to 79. Okay, see here I used that means here the key value pairs are specified by using the dict of constructor function. Here I used key as arguments. I used key as arguments, and one more thing, here S and O, S name, English mark, these three are keys, but here I did, that is string type. Here keys are used as a string type, but I did not enclose these as single quotes or double quotes. That's not a problem. We will not get any error. Did you understand, student? Here I used key as arguments, and also I did not enclose these string type keys within quotes. Okay, but I will not get any error. Let us check. Stud. See, you have got the three key value pairs. So I have created, that means by using a dict of constructor function, I specify the key value pairs. That means key value pairs as keyword argument as dict of function. Don't forget, student, key should be immutable type. If you are using keys inside the dictionary, the key should be immutable type. That means you know immutable type and mutable type. Immutable type means you can use a string as a key, or number as a key, or tuple as a key. Did you understand? Okay. The next one is specify comma separated key value pairs. Here key value pairs are separated by using comma, but with the help of the dict of constructor function, how we can specify the comma separated key value pairs. Let us see. D is equal to dict of here patient number 301, then patient name India. Okay, see here I have used a key value pairs. Two key value pairs I used. These two key value pairs are separated by using comma, and these key value pairs are enclosed within a curly brackets. So here we have used two key value pairs. First one is P and O, that is patient number. Then second one is patient name. Did you understand? So by using dict of constructor function, just we specify the key value pairs, that is comma separated key value pairs. Okay, see here, sorry student, D is equal to here. So what type of error we have got? Just I have forgotten to enclose this within double quotes, India. Just here I used only one quotation mark. So India is a string type. So we have to enclose within a single quotes or double quotes. So I have forgotten. So I got what type of error? End of line while scanning string literal. Now you will get correct answer. See here. if we want to get the dictionary elements of D, that means dictionary D elements, see, you will get the patient number, patient name. Did you understand? Okay. The next one is, so first what we have seen, specify the key value pairs as keyword arguments to dict_of function. Here I used key as an argument, but which type I used as a key? A string type, but I did not enclose the string type within a quotes, but that means the Python will not provide any error. Okay. Then second thing, specify comma separated key value pairs. Here the key value pairs are separated by using comma. All the key value pairs are enclosed within a curly brackets. Okay. Then third thing, specify keys separately and corresponding values separately. Here we are going to give the keys are separately and values are separately. How we can give? Let us see. I will explain with the help of the Python language. Here D is equal to dict_of, then zip_of. I will explain what is meant by zip. Okay. See, patient number, then patient name. Patient name. This is key values. Okay. Patient number. Okay. The next corresponding to the keys, I am going to give the values. That means 1001, then India. You can give any value. Okay. The next see here, we will get the answer that D is equal to. See, but I have used keys. I have mentioned keys separately and values separately. Okay. Here, what is the use of zip function? The zip function is used to club the key set. That means a first set with the second set values. Okay. Here, the first set of the first value is clubbed with a second set of the first value. Did you understand? Okay. Then a first set of the second value is clubbed with a second set of the second value. For that we are using a zip function. Did you understand? Okay. Here a P and O, but here we used separately. Keys are given separately, the values are given separately. But what type of output we have got? That same, how we initialize the dictionary, like that we have got the answer. That means P and O, 1001, P name, India. So how many key value pairs we used? 2 key value pairs. Did you understand? Okay. The next one is specify the key value pairs separately in the form of sequence. Specifying the key value pairs separately in the form of sequence. So here we can specify the key value pairs of dictionary in the form of list or in the form of tuples. Okay. I will explain with the help of the Python language. Okay. See here. Student is equal to dict_of. Okay. Here student number, then 101, comma, student name, comma, LL, then CS mark. Okay. CS mark, comma, 98. Okay. Here I use the dictionary I have used, that means here I specified the key value pairs in the form of list. Okay, 3 list entries are, that means 3 list entries are I used in one list. 3 list entries are I used in one list. See here, S and O 101, then S name, S name, LL, then CS mark 98. Okay. See, I have specified the key value pairs in the form of list. In the form of list. These 3 list entries are enclosed, that is within the one list. Did you understand? Okay. Let us see what type of output we will get. See, SNO, S name, CS mark. Did you understand? Okay. How we can specify the key value pairs in the form of tuples. In the form of tuples. See here, the same I am going to use, but a little bit change. Here I used round brackets instead of using a square bracket. Did you understand? Here 3 list entries are I used in one tuple. 3 list entries are used in one tuple. Did you understand? Here I have specified key value pairs of dictionary in the form of sequence. That means in the form of tuple. In the form of tuple. Okay. Let us check what type of output we will get. Student. See here. Did you understand? Okay. The one more example. Here I used 3 list entries. Before that I explained 3 list entries. But here I am going to use 3 tuple entries. Here 3 tuple entries are in one tuple. 3 tuple entries are in one tuple. See here what type of output we will get. See, let us check. Student. Okay, here 3 tuple entries are in one tuple. You know the difference between list and tuple. A list is mutable, then tuple is an immutable type, and also the list elements are enclosed in a square bracket. But in here a tuple elements are enclosed within a, that is round brackets. Okay, that is within a parenthesis. Okay. Next one is, so what are all the concepts we have seen in creating a dictionary from name and value pairs? First one is specifying the key value pairs as keyword arguments to dict of function. Then second one is, here we used key as arguments. Second one is specifying comma separated key value pairs. Here the key value pairs are separated by using comma. All the key value pairs are enclosed within a dictionary, that means within curly brackets. Then third thing is specify keys separately and corresponding values separately. Here we used a zip function. The zip function is used to club the first set value with the second set value. Okay. Then fourth one is specify key value pairs separately in the form of sequence. Now only I explained. We specify the key value pairs in the form of tuples as well as in the form of list. Okay. And one more concept I want to explain to you. Accessing keys and values separately. How we can access the key values and keys separately and values separately. How we can access the keys of the dictionary separately, values of the dictionary separately. Let us see. For example, consider that student. That student contains a 3 key value pairs. First one is SNO, then second one is SName, then third one is CS mark. How we can access the keys of the dictionary separately? See here, with the help of the dictionary name dot keys of. See here, we can access the keys separately. Just it displays the keys of the dictionary. Okay. How we can access the value of the dictionary separately? See, dictionary name, then values of. Okay. Here we have got the values of the dictionary separately. Here SNO key, S1 is a key, then 101 is a value, SName is a key, then LL is a value, then CS mark is a key, 98 is a value. Okay. Suppose if we want to add a new key value pair to the dictionary, is it possible? Can we add new key value pair to the dictionary? Yes, it is possible, because what I said, key is a, that means dictionary is a mutable type. We can add new key value pairs, and also we can change the value of the particular key. Okay. Let us see. A student is a dictionary. It contains only 3 key value pair. Suppose if I want to add one more key value pair to the dictionary student. For example, I am going to add a new key value, that is max mark is equal to 90. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Let us check student. See, CS mark, then one more key value pair is added to the dictionary student. Okay. Suppose if we want to try to add the new key value pair, but we are using the same key, what will happen? For example, student of CS mark. Actually, this key is already existed in the dictionary student. But suppose if we want to try to add this key again to this dictionary. So what will happen? Instead of adding this key to the dictionary, it will update the value of the key CS mark. So let us see 90. Actually what I have done here, I am going to try to add a new key value pair to the dictionary student. But if the key is already exist in the dictionary, what will happen? Just it updates the value of the existing key. It updates the value of the existing key. Let us see what will happen. Student. See here. Now CS mark is already, the CS mark is a key. It is existed already in the dictionary student. So instead of adding this key value pair, just it updates the mark of the key, CS mark. Okay. So now CS mark is updated as 90. Did you understand, student? Okay. So what are all the concepts we have seen today? Characteristics of a dictionary. In characteristics of a dictionary, so what are all the characteristics are in dictionary? First one is unordered set. There is no any specific order to get the value from the dictionary. That is unordered set. With the help of the key only we can get the value. Okay. The next one is not a sequence. Like a list, that means a string, list, tuples, we can access these elements with the help of the index. So here the sequence are indexed by the range of ordinal numbers. You know what is meant by ordinal numbers? That means it is a number defining the position. Okay, but in dictionary is not a sequence. We can access the elements with the help of the key. We can access the elements with the help of the key. Next one is indexed by keys, not numbers. Here the dictionary are indexed by keys, not numbers. The next one is key must be unique. Here we should not use two key values as same key values we should not use. For example, your register number. So like your register number, here we have to use unique keys in the dictionary concept. Okay, suppose if we are using same keys, two keys are same in dictionary, the Python will report some error. The next one is mutable. You know dictionary is a mutable. That means we can change the value of the keys in place. The next one is internally stored as mappings. That means here the key value pairs are associated with one another with some internal function that is called hash function. This technique is called mapping. Example, I have given the key 1 is associated with value 1, then key 2 is associated with value 2, then key 3 is associated with value 3 and so on. Okay. The next one is multiple ways of creating dictionary. How we can create the dictionary in multiple ways. The first way is initializing the dictionary. Normally we can initialize the dictionary. Example also I have given. Then second one is adding key value pairs to an empty dictionary. Two ways we can create the empty dictionary. The first one is the dictionary name, then curly brackets. Here empty dictionary we can add the key value pairs one at a time. Okay. Then second one is by using the dict of constructor function we can create the key value pairs. So for that I explained so many steps. That means creating a dictionary from name and value pairs. So by using dict of constructor function we can create a dictionary from name and value pairs. So four concepts we have seen in this. What are all? Specify the key value pairs as keyword arguments to dict of function. Then second one is specify the comma separated key value pairs. Then third one is specify the keys separately and corresponding values separately by using zip function I explained. Then fourth one is specify the key value pairs separately in the form of sequences. Okay, did you understand student? I hope you understood my class. We will see in next class. Thank you student.